Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cunning Card Mage channel. Today I wanted to talk about my experience with the Edge of Eternities Prerelease. I'm going to be going over what I thought and how I felt over the pre-release setting, and also, giving some of like how I did and that kind of thing, just to, spice things up a little bit. So let's get into it. So first, what I wanted to talk about with pre-release is, giving brief explanation of what it is. Of you go into your local game store on the night of a pre-release, you will, whenever it comes down to the time, you will get handed one of these kinds of boxes. It will come with a spin down that will be a range of different colors. There's green, blue, red, black, and white. And it will come with a promo card that's any rare or mythic in the set. And then you will also have 6 packs to open and use to construct a deck to play against the other people that came to the pre-release. And you can either use some of the lands that they might be providing, or go ahead and try to bring some of your own just to make life a little simpler. So whenever me and my girlfriend went this past Friday, I asked her to, record some of the things, and I will put this up here right now. Time lapse it? Yeah.
This is bloodline. This is his box.
I'm gonna try to put it. If I get the full card.
Oh, that's actually
Oh, heck yeah. The Eternity Elevator?
very pretty.
Famished Wolfsire.
There you go.
Is it blue?
Yep, it blew. Alrighty. Like that. Ooh, weapons manufacturing.
Cool.
Alrighty. Yeah, if you want. And I also asked her to compile a little bit of a time lapse whenever it came down to me opening the packs. With that specific thing, there's different techniques you can use. You can just put them in piles and sort them as you open them, which is what I do, just to make my life a little easier. And then once I have all my packs open, that's whenever I read all my cards and go from there to try to figure out what I wanted to do. On the day of the event, the cards that I got, I leaned towards doing a Gruul deck, which tends to be the color combination that I usually fall into. It's one of my favorite color combinations because I am a simple player and it makes my life a little easier. I did decently well with the event. I won 2 games and then lost the last round because of just not getting good draws, and just, even though my hand and stuff had decent like 1-drops and stuff, I just couldn't get the right lands and things. I highly enjoyed this set, this pre-release, because like a lot of the cards are fun. As a person who is like a huge Star Wars fan, I did very much enjoy the set, and this is probably the closest we're going to get to having Star Wars and Magic the Gathering for a while. I know, much to the chagrin or happiness to some people, and depending on how they feel about the whole Universes Beyond concept. But to me, I really enjoy this. The new mechanics with like Station and Void and Warp are all really cool. I love Station is really interesting, of it kind of being like the crew mechanic where you tap a creature, and it, depending on if the power is right for what the card says, you can crew it to make it an artifact creature. I like Station because it is that with like a little more steps, but then after you get enough, it makes it to where you don't have to do that constantly to keep it attacking. I very much enjoyed that with having like the Station to where it's just like, oh, you can tap a creature and add its power to the Station for charge counters to make it to where you don't have to just constantly keep tapping to have it attack every single turn, because that can get annoying, but it can make your life a lot easier later down the road. But all in all, I, as usual, highly recommend, if you have the opportunity to go to your local game store to do a pre-release, to go do so. They're a lot of fun. They're some of the most fun you can have. They're perfect for new players and all that kind of thing, because a lot of the time the people there aren't really going to take it seriously and are going to make sure that it is a nice welcoming experience so that you don't just get alienated and never want to touch the card game again. And if you do like the pre-release, go to one of the drafts the next week and try to have fun with that and see if it's up your alley. But all in all, those are my thoughts on Edge of Eternities. So yeah, hope to see y'all around on this channel again. Bye.